The International Newsnet World Report is a national television news show available in more than 30 million homes. We broadcast daily real news the networks won't tell you. We are solely viewer-supported. That means you. You can donate at our website, INNWorldReport.net. We hope you find the following interview informative and helpful.
Last week, INN had on investigative journalist Greg Palast, and in the middle of the review of his book, Armed Madhouse, we began talking about 9/11. Greg surprised everyone when he said that he did not believe in the 9/11 truth movement, that he thought everybody in the movement was misguided, and he used some harsher words than that. Since then, scientists have contacted me, Kevin Ryan, one of the founders of 9/11 Scholars for Truth, and have challenged Greg Palast to a national debate on this. Of course, Palast, like many others, Alexander Coburn, and many of our friends at Nation magazine, came back with a very loose definition of saying that we don't debate kooks. Well, there's a lot of people out there who feel very differently, and two of them are with us today. We've got Luke Rukowski and we have Cosmos here, who have created something called Truth Revolution Radio. They've also been organizers of actions that are taking place on the 11th day of every month. Welcome to INN, guys.
Thanks, Lenny.
Tell us a little about these actions that are happening on the 11th day of every month. How are people getting involved?
Well, at the beginning of this year, we founded truthaction.org for the sole purpose of promoting 9/11 truth activism across the country and around the world, and specifically to promote National Days of Truth Action taking place on the 11th day of every month until justice. So word's been getting around, word of mouth, people going to the site. It's been embraced by the movement pretty much. We started 4 months ago. First month we started February 11th with half a dozen cities. The second month we jumped up to 14 locations. The third month we tripled our locations. We went international with Australia and Canada joining us. The fourth month we pretty much lost count.
Cosmos, there have been a lot of conferences and events on 9/11, but you've got something a little bit different. You have an ongoing action that people can join in the 11th of every month. What are the benefits of having an ongoing action?
Well, there's two key benefits to the ongoing aspect of this campaign. And one is the ability to build up momentum month after month after month as more people find out about it, as more people hear about it, as we document our actions and show them to people all over the rest of the world. That inspires others to join in and take action. And each month we've increased exponentially. The second benefit is the ongoing element itself, saying that we're not going away, that every month we will be here. We're not going away until justice, which there's a lot of benefits to that in itself, but one is a sort of preventative measure against some kind of limited hangout cover-up by the Democrats, say.
Well, could you explain to our viewers what limited hangout is for those that have never heard the term before?
A limited hangout is when a small portion of an operation is revealed in order to save face.
What would be an example of a limited hangout in the case of 9/11?
Basically, finding someone to take the fall for some small aspect of the crime. What was behind it?
Luke, let me ask you, what has been the responses? Have there been any confrontations, and what form have the actions taken?
Well, I've been doing street actions here in New York City for the past 3.5 to 4 years. Every Saturday at Ground Zero, we do a street action from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, where we reach out to the people, give them free flyers and DVDs about some of the unanswered questions about 9/11. Now, in the beginning, 3.5 to 4 years ago, we started to getting a negative reaction down there. But as time went on, as this administration went on, people started opening up, people started getting educated about some of the unanswered questions, and people are more open to it now. Now, we've been doing street actions all over the city, not just Ground Zero. One incident that really sticks out was when we went by Larry Silverstein's new building. That's the new World Trade Center Building 7. Larry Silverstein was the leaseholder of Building 7, insurance policy, and when we went out there, we had a banner that stated, 9/11 was an inside job, and we went in front of his building just to give out flyers and DVDs peacefully. We had his security thugs come out and say we had backpack explosives, and they basically called in a false bomb threat in us to just scare us out of there. It's all on tape, it's all on video record of security thugs, also police officers coming up to us saying, we know you're not a terrorist, but before the government finds out, you're going to be in a hole for 30 days. And this is some of the police officers trying to intimidate and scare us. But this was on April 11th. We came back there this May 11th to talk to the police officers, and we stood out there and we made a stand for it. And it's really about showing them that we're not going to go away. We have questions that need to be answered, that we're not going to stop until they get answered. And that's what it's really about. And what's also interesting about Larry Silverstein is that we were talking to some of his private security guards when we met him there, and they actually told us that Larry Silverstein was on his way to work on 9/11 until he got a phone call telling him not to show up to work. He then called his daughter and son, and both, Larry Silverstein, his daughter, and son never showed up to work on 9/11. And they said, the security staff said that he got a phone call telling him specifically not to come to work on 9/11, on the day of, in his car where he was going to the World Trade Center Towers.
Let's change topics just a little bit. We hear now that there are military members who are for 9/11 Truth. Is this one of the new groups that's come forward to bring awareness within the military of just, let's just say, unanswered questions?
Well, on our last 11th Day Action, Friday, May 11th, in Los Angeles, at their action at ABC headquarters in Los Angeles, they were joined by